Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Napo H Barista, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to brew coffee using a dual pour-over stand. As you can see, I have a dual pour-over stand that I constructed myself using 1/2-inch copper pipe. So I made this at home. I do have some footage of me making it, and as a matter of fact, let me share that with you right now. I've been soldering this guy right here. This is the pour-over stand, and so basically I have to heat up the metal to about over 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and with this torch here, and then just solder this thing together. It is a dangerous thing to do. I have absolutely no experience, but the experience I'm gaining right now. So yeah. That's it for that part. And here it is. Nice and strong and sturdy. Alright, so before we get started, I'm going to show you some of the things you need to operate a brew bar. But one of the most important things that you're going to need is hot water, and a lot of it. To my right here, I have a Zojirushi water boiler. Now this guy is really big. It can boil you up to 5 liters of water. I currently have it set to 208 degrees because I want to brew my coffee at around 200 degrees. You're also going to need a kettle, specifically a gooseneck kettle, so that you can have control over your pour. And assuming you already know how to do pour over, you know how important it is to have a good kettle. You're going to need 2 or more pour over devices, whether it is a Hario V60 or the Kalita Wave. You're going to want to have multiple of those because you are running a bar or serving a lot of guests at home. You're going to need 2 carafes or 2 cups, 2 scales, or if you have a really tight recipe, you may not need a scale after you have everything all calculated. I'll explain that later on. Filters, and of course, fresh coffee. My grinder is set up back there, and I just didn't feel like moving it. Okay guys, so let's get started. What you're gonna want to do is create a recipe for a cup. This cup here is a 10-ounce cup. So what do we know about this cup? I know that in this 10-ounce cup, I could put 295 milliliters of water inside of it. So that means I need to create a recipe that gives me a yield of 295 milliliters of coffee. And it's very simple to do. I know that after I brew coffee, my yield is about 50 grams less than the amount of water it actually takes to brew the coffee for this cup. So that's just by experience. That tells me that I need to put about 23 grams of coffee into this filter and add about 345 milliliters of water into that coffee to get a yield of 295. Now, I probably just killed you right now. In the US, we use a ratio of 1 to 15. And what that means is per gram of coffee, we add 15 grams of water. And that's just like the standard here in the US. Some people prefer to have their coffee a little lighter. So per gram of coffee, they will put 16 grams of water or 17 grams of water, but it's just good and safe to start at 15. So then how much coffee do I need to use 345 grams of water and give me a yield of 295? And the answer is 23. 23 times 15 is 345. So you know you need 23 grams of coffee inside your filter so that you can use 345 grams of water to brew that coffee and have a yield of 295, which is going to add coffee right up to the brim of this cup, maybe a little less. So to test this theory out, what I like to use is the Hario V60 acrylic pour-over stand. And I set this up like so, okay? This is my Hario V60 stand. The reason why I use this stand is because I can take this whole stand and set it right on top of this scale what I'm going to do is add this smaller scale right here and put my cup on top of the smaller scale. What's currently happening is I just tiered my bottom scale and I tiered my top scale. Everything is at 0. So let's say I put 23 grams of coffee. I want to tare that weight, and I'm going to start brewing coffee. Let's start brewing. This scale is counting the time of the brew, right? Because it does both. But it's also giving me the amount of water I'm adding to the coffee. This bottom scale here. And then this top scale here is only measuring the yield. So when this reaches 295, I know to stop. And when my bottom reaches 345, I know to stop. So this prevents me from overbrewing or underbrewing. This is just an example of what's happening. I'm not going to use actual coffee for this because it will just be a waste of coffee. There's only 2 of us here, and I don't want to waste coffee. Okay, so this is my current setup. I'm going to have the Hario V60 to the right, brewing straight into the server, and I'm going to have the one to the left brewing straight to the cup. Now, to make things interesting and actually test this theory, I'm going to remove this scale and just brew right into that cup. So as you already know, fresh coffee is a plus. Tonight I'm going to be brewing a coffee that I actually roasted myself. This coffee is Honduran organic Copan coffee mixed with Costa Rican coffee. Without further ado, this is my way of brewing 2 cups at a time using a dual pour over system. Got my water. So now I'm going to rinse my filters. Weigh out 23 grams exact. I'm going to add my coffee. Now, remember that's 23 grams exact. I'm already all tiered. Now I'm going to start with my bloom on the right side and count. Start the timer at the same time. Okay. I'm going to give this a quick little stir. Make sure all the grounds are saturated. And now start on this side. Same thing. Okay. Okay, I've now reached 35 seconds. I'm going to start my pour. I want to make sure. Okay. Make sure I get all the coffee nice and wet. 100. This should be about 35 seconds now. Now do this side. Okay. Now, getting lower on this side. I want to keep my grounds nice and saturated. And now the same on this side. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Now want to just finish up strong here. Just keep it nice and even. Okay. Now you can take this and If you have a drain, doing that would be a lot less messy. But here you are, guys. 2 cups of coffee. Tastes so good. Okay, so there you have it, guys. I just brewed 2 10-ounce cups of coffee using the Hario V60 method. It tastes very identical. I'm just getting fantastic flavors in my coffee, especially as it cools. So I hope you guys like this video. Please like it, please share it, please subscribe. I'm having a wonderful time making these videos and I hope you guys are enjoying them. Till next time, peace.